What's going on, YouTube? How y'all doing? We're going live on Instagram right now as well. Just waiting on it to click over here, and we're going to get started this morning. Going to take a look at a few things. Instagram is a little bit delayed from YouTube, but I'm glad to be here with you guys. By the way, if you are on Instagram, make sure you go follow me on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to see the screens when I start sharing a little bit better, that's the best place to see it. You could check that out again. My YouTube channel is Rogers1906. Godly Mindset Motivator. Tap in with your boy right there. All right, so let's get right to it today. Today, of course, all of the attention is going to be on none other than NVDA. And the reason why is because NVDA has one of the largest market caps on Wall Street right now. Now, I hope you guys can hear me well. The main concern that I have about NVIDIA is the fact that, number one, Jensen Huang has sold 120,000 shares consecutively for the past couple of days. But we don't think about the fact that he still has over 72 million shares. So he is loaded. And this is an example that we all must take, which is practice risk management. So currently we're seeing NVIDIA at $128. If we go back to yesterday, exactly what I said would happen, which is that it would go to about 124, 125. It hit that level and then it spiked back up, went back up to the upside. If you were able to day trade yesterday, you had a chance to grab some call options, or if you were already in calls, you probably made some gains on NVIDIA. So today, what to expect, right? Okay, so right now, the sentiment is that NVIDIA will likely beat and go up, right? I'm not opposed to this perspective at all. I want it to go up, but I still have a little bit of reservations concerning the Blackwell chips, just as I've been talking. But despite that, I do believe they will likely be revenue. The guidance will probably be good. And we possibly could see 132, then that 135, 37. And maybe as high as 140.70 all the way up to 150 with great earnings results. Now, on the flip side of that, we can go back to that 124.16 and start testing about 120 and maybe even drop as low as 115.99 or lower. Remember, in the past, we got as low as 106.26. So NVIDIA is in the spotlight as far as it comes to earnings today. Now, I'm going to jump over to crypto as well, because I told the Chestnut Checkers group on Monday, I said, looks like we're going to have another buying opportunity come in with Bitcoin. Well, lo and behold, literally the next day that happened. All right, so here we are. We've still been in this crazy bull flag, but we've got a negative fair value gap. And some people are wondering, okay, what is the bottom of Bitcoin? Where is it going next, right? So if Bitcoin continues to pull back, if it goes below $56,083, we are in trouble, right? I do believe that with the Fed cutting rates, we're going to see some interesting price action when it comes to gold, Bitcoin, and most of all of our other cryptocurrencies. But again, this is an opportunity to dollar cost average. And that's not financial advice, but that's what I personally will be doing. I'll be adding to my position. All right. So if we fall below 56,000, we're going to 50, but I think it'll probably bottom out right there. Possibly could go lower. Don't hold my words to it, because we did touch 49,000 at one point while we were in an uptrend. So markets adjust, and as they adjust, so must we, right? We're kind of forming a pennant of some sort on Bitcoin. So, of course, we can play Bitcoin by trading MicroStrategy, Coinbase, and a few other tickers. Of course, my favorite one is MicroStrategy, because it pays the bills, right? It's going to pay a lot of money, and we can see it's also in a bull flag. Now, a lot of you guys may or may not have the capital to go and say spend $137 a share, or even play an option on MicroStrategy. So there's also a really cool ETF that I talked about on Strategy Sunday called MSTY, right? And it's a high dividend paying ETF that you can use for MicroStrategy, right? Now, today I want to look at a few things. I want to share something else with you guys, kind of once again how I go about my mornings when I actually I am able to trade. So let's get this up. We're going to look at TradyTix. TradyTix is a site that literally has pretty much everything that you need, kind of give you a little overview for the day, what's moving, what's not moving. So we're going to jump over to that real quick. Let's see here. So first thing I like to do is I like to see where the market is today. QQQ is a dominant leader. Again, that's going to move with the NASDAQ. And we see that NVDA is driving the NASDAQ. So however NVIDIA moves, that's going to influence QQQ. It's going to influence the NASDAQ, okay? The hottest sector is, of course, technology. Today is the day to pay attention to your Qs, to NVIDIA, okay? Energy is the worst sector. Top stock RY. All right, we can already see this morning pre-market. Apple has a little bit of momentum. NVIDIA has a little bit of momentum. TM, what is that? Have to look at that. That has some momentum. So we're going to take a look at Costco and TM this morning. Our biggest gainers, RY, TM, INFY, WIT. Biggest losers, BCS, LYG, SMCI, and FCX. I saw that SMCI was basically accused of cooking the books, if you will. So we're going to take a look at them real quick. So RY, SMCI, and TM, we'll look at that, okay? Also, I want to just point out on TradyTix, you can also go and take a look at the options market. What I like to look at on here is the top flow. Where's the money going? A lot of money's going into Microsoft, Taiwan Semiconductor, Broadcom, proxies, if you will, for the AI space. So I think there's going to be a lot of attention in that environment today. And then you could also see the top call chains on here. But I really like these cool little cheaplies or out of the money plays. I like to call them lottos. Some that are pushed all the way out to 2025, 2026. These are really cheap, inexpensive plays for those that may not have a lot of capital, or if you want to have multiple contracts, this is a great way to load them up, if you will. All right, so let's go back to our chart. I want to take a look once again at our trending tickers for this morning. Let's start with TM. Let's jump over there. All right, so TM was pumping this morning. And again, I don't know what everything is. Oh, it's Toyota Motor Company. Probably could have looked in the chat on Instagram and found that. Also, if you're on Instagram, share this live right now. Post it in the CNC. You're on YouTube, post it in the CNC. Make sure somebody taps in. All right, so right now, Toyota Motor Company is moving. We're bouncing off of 800 EMA. Looks like we're going to have a small turnaround. We're up to 189.88. Pre-market earnings are in 63 days, so I'd be looking at any contracts after October the 30th. I'd set a target price of 204.85 if this momentum continues up to that date. Also, if it breaks out, I'd be looking at 219.66. The bottom here would be around 175.88. It appears as though this is moving due to them down factors in Japan. All right, and let's see what else is going on. They halted production in Japan. Okay, so this is, I guess, a cost-saving issue for the moment. So this may be a very short squeeze. So let's jump down to, like, say, the 15-minute time frame here. Yeah, it looks like we have a gap up at the moment. We broke in the premium discount zone. Yeah, I'd be looking somewhere between 190 all the way up to 198 for a potential call option on Toyota Motors for the short squeeze, but understand that every gap must be filled. If we turn our indicators off here, we see that there's a gap down to 186.24. So to the downside, I'd be preparing for a put to maybe fill that gap down at some point later today or this week. All right, the next ticker that I said that was moving for us, I believe it was RY. All right, RY. All right, Royal Bank of Canada. All right, I don't know, again, a whole lot about this company. I'm just looking at the momentum for you guys. Looks like the prior daily high was around 156.67. It is, in fact, on a bull flag on this 15-minute time frame. I'd be kind of sketchy about just jumping into this. I'd kind of watch it a little bit. On the one-day time frame, I'm looking at this last candle. While it looks like it wants to move, I just kind of give it a little bit of time before just jumping in. I like to see this break above 157.37 for any confidence of it moving further to the upside. If I zoom into the 65-minute time frame, which is my preferred time frame for day trading, I'd even go as far as setting an alert about 156.82 ish for entry for day trading. So expect this to maybe pull back a little bit or consolidate from where it is. But shout out to them for the early morning momentum. And there was one more I said I wanted to look at for you guys, and it was Super Micro Computer. SMCI, once again, they got accused of cooking the books. Yesterday, we hit a low of 494.71 on SMCI. As we know, SMCI is also in the Russell 2000, so you could play IWM when we see moves like this happen. Also, understanding MicroStrategy is also in the Russell 2000, so pay attention to IWM as well. If this momentum continues to come to the downside on SMCI, I'd go ahead and set an alert for about 513.47. In the meantime, this looks like it's probably going to do more consolidation than fall. I could be wrong about that. We possibly could go down lower. And I mean, I hope so for those of you that are in puts that you make a lot of money on this thing. But it's almost oversold on the 65-minute time frame. The one-day time frame looks like it's going to get worse. Even with my secret weapon, which I'll be teaching you guys. If you have the everything bundle, I'll be teaching you guys at 5 nights with Mark starting on September the 2nd. If not, you'll have to wait until my mentorship program begins next month. But it looks like SMCI is in trouble. All right. So currently, it's just one that I would be very cautious about touching. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, normally we begin with the word. I kind of jump right into the bag because of time this morning. But I do want to take a moment to give God some glory today. Route your attention to Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works for which God prepared in advance for us to do." So God has put something unique in each and every one of us to do great, to be great, and to help impact somebody's lives. So I pray that God uses me in many ways to, most importantly, lead you to him and to have you have an opportunity to learn how to have abundance on the stock market and with cryptocurrency. So make sure that you tap in with me. Go to rogers1906.com and all my social media is on there. So if you're ever wondering if it's me messaging you, you can actually go and check on my website to make sure that you see the actual social media profile. My website, once again, is www.rogers1906.com. I don't know. Oh, there we go. On there tells you a little bit about me. And there are my classes, links to my IG, and then there are my social medias here on the right-hand side. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with me. We're going to try to keep doing this thing every morning before I get my day started here and take a look at some plays and some tickers and some cryptocurrency. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Man, we're going to always do what we do, which is keep God first and secure the bag. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Peace and God bless.